Well, hi, I'm Not Yet Dead, and welcome back to Riverside Farms. Slightly unusually, I'm starting down at the store. Lots to do, lots to talk about. They've opened up nice and early for me. Ooh. Okay, so we've got a specific job to do, which I've been umming on about, and then a new mod came out, so we're going to use it. I'm assuming it's in Cultivate. Actually, no, it won't be. It could be in Subsoilers. It will be here. The Great Plains Max Chisel. How much power does it need? 500 horsepower. Perfect. 121,000, 7.4 meters wide. So we could get the Culti plow. It's 8 meters, but you know what? Let's go for something different. Oh, no options. Nice and easy. Lease it, buy it. Lease it, buy it. Lease it, buy it. Lease it, buy it. Buy it. Okay. Then want a tractor. This I'm just going to lease, but I saw this come out the other day, and I just really wanted to try it, quite frankly. So we're going to get this because it looks awesome. I just love the look of it, and the GNU. It's brilliant, isn't it? Lizard GNU. Wow, it's really expensive to lease. It's fine. Anyway, you'll see the money's gone down. There's good reason for that. I eventually got the periphery of the barley harvested with the forage harvester last night. Yesterday evening. Yeah, last night. It was not easy. It was not easy at all. So, and it was slow. I mean, frankly, the class Jaguar harvests at 6 miles an hour and has a 5-meter header. That modded Corona, now it didn't look like the issue was with the mod, but with something else, does 9 miles an hour and has a 6.2 meter header. So it felt like a bit of a no-brainer to me. I love this tractor. Oh goodness, it's tracks. I haven't got my steering wheel plugged in today. That's a bit scary. I love the pictures of the lights on the dash. Nice. But yeah, so I figured, you know what, I did what I could do with it yesterday, and rather than having an overnight charge for keeping it as well, I returned it before the night, and I've been back again this morning. I've leased the modded Corona Big X 1100 or 1150 or whatever it is, where's the turn? Well, not yet, right? Oh, my controller's getting twitchy again. No, I wish I had put my steering wheel in. It's here. Yeah. Have we got any more lights on this thing? No. Nice little beeping sound for the indicator though. Oh, ouch, oi. Watch it. Don't you beep at me. Mine's slightly less threatening. Yeah, so I've been at least the modded Corona, got the 6-meter header back, and we've had a change over because, wow, this is a bit sensitive at speed. Because, oh, shut up. Oh, yours has a really good horn. I'm not even going to respond with a beep. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm not having a good morning. You know what? We'll just take the easy route. We'll come in here and we'll spin around and we'll come back out again. There we go. I love this tractor. I'm not normally a big fan of tractors, but I love this one. It's cool. Right. I am not going to do a headland as such. I want to try it. I want to see. Let's have a look at it. Let's spend a couple of minutes with it. But I'm not specifically going to do a headland. We'll just leave a worker to it, and I'll tidy it up when he's done, rather than the other way around. Looks to be working. Let's just check. Here we are. Yeah, you can sort of tell that I'm doing something. It's not having a massive impact width-wise on the field. Sorry, yeah, and so yeah, so we've also gone, because we still had the issues with removing the header and the rear element. I've gone back to the class pickup hitch, put that on, fits fine, no problems at all. And instead of using the forage wagon, which was very heavy, and was part of the reason I went back to the Chroma, because to be fair, it was coping with it better than the class was. I guess weight distribution is just a bit different. Actually, I got a dolly, and so we're using our large truck trailer instead. So we're going to look at that in a minute. Hopefully he's getting on all right. So the money's not going down. So he stopped for some reason. He didn't seem to be turning particularly well, which is ridiculous because it's really easy to turn in that thing now. But anyway. I mean, this is going to take a long time. I'm slightly worried about the costs of doing it. Anyway, and we'll pick the most profitable of the 3 new crops if I can figure out which. I might have to look at my previous videos and figure out yields and stuff, and then we'll plant that in here. We'll just do it as a normal crop harvest. I ummed and ahed about doing another carrot harvest on here just to get an equivalent volume, but that would take hours, and we've still got the onions to do. And we were only supposed to play this for 10 episodes, and I think we're up to, I don't know what this is, 11, 12, I'm not sure. And I've still got stuff that I want to do. So, no. How cool is that? I like that. I suppose it's because it's a slightly older looking tractor. I just like the look of it, but yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Wait a little bit. Right, let's work on that. Let's head back to the yard. Oh, look at all the springs going up and down. Oh, that's very cool. And let's see what's going on with our worker. That doesn't seem to be, well, working. He literally jackknifed trying to do a turn, and just couldn't bother to figure out how to get himself out of it. So that's a little bit on the rubbishy side, isn't it, really? So you know what, I guess we'll just sit and do this, to be fair, and it won't take long. There's actually not that much left. But yeah, this works really well. Really well. What you'll also notice is actually if you go a little bit beyond the field, it turns beautifully. No issues at all. Clearly this doesn't work with the working mechanics, and the way they've been taught to turn at the top and bottom of the field. But yeah, I mean, 9 miles an hour, 6 metre width. Actually, this won't take that long. But yeah, and you'll also notice at the top left that everything's where it should be, right? So we're currently on the harvester. That's the pickup hitch. There's the dolly. There's the trailer. There's the header. Done. Easy. Works really well. So just remember though to remove the header, take the header off first and put it on last. Otherwise strange things happen. Now the other way works well as well. I think it just depends on what you're doing really. Plus the other thing is this is just a trailer hitch, right? So if you need to use something with it that requires I don't know why you would, but if you did, that requires PTO, then it's not the one for you. But yeah, if you don't need a pickup, this is a PTO rod. This is perfect. Of course, if you need a PTO, the problem is you need a 3-point link. So then you just use the pickup hitch, the pickup. What's it called? 3-point link hitch thing, whatever, on its own. So yeah, they're all viable options. You know, depends what you need to. But I think for us right now, this works really, really well. And we're what, 16% full? Oh, I'm not, sorry. I'm looking at different places on the screen and going off the line. There we go. But yeah, so we're now 17% full. With the old trailer, this would have been nearly time for unloading. With this trailer, nah, we'll finish this. And it won't even be half full, I don't think. We're getting about 5,000 per row. Oh yeah, I really did go offline, didn't I? Look at that. I'm just wondering, we could do a bit of a time lapse. I haven't done time lapses in FS for a long time. But you know what, to finish this off, we could do, or I could just sit here and finish it and come back to you in a bit, frankly. But this won't take very long at all. I'll record a time lapse and then we'll see how we're doing for time in the rest of the video. Let's do that. Right, this will be interesting. Okay, so as you can see, I haven't done any compacting at all while I've been doing that whole barley field. In fact, actually, sorry, I should have done this before we started. Let's put that on a second. Now I've got 439,000, still 84% compacted, which is not bad actually. Yeah, 439,000 litres, so that's about to become 520 odd. So we're about to hit the 500,000. Slight snag with this then, much higher unload speed, and it takes an age for it to start emptying. Okay. So let's put the old cruise control speed up a little bit. It basically dumped it before it even moved. Oh well, there you go. Right, so the next big job on the list then is to get that compacted so we're back up to 100%. But also I realised that our field of canola, where am I going to put this? I need to tidy up the yard. Our field of canola, I was going to use the new baler setup to get that straw off, but I'm actually not going to bother. I'm just going to use a loading wagon. It'll be quicker. And it's a bit excessive to do that, to be fair. Yeah, our field of canola has had no fertilisation, so actually that should probably be next job, and then while that hits the next growth stage, we can come back and compact and get that straw up. I think that makes sense. How are we doing for fertiliser? Still all right. So last night as well, I went and gave the new field that I bought, the field that's got potatoes in it, which I weeded yesterday, this field 28, I gave that first level of fertilisation. So that will need another level of fertilisation. At some point, the grass field that we bought, field 29, is already fully fertilised, but when we cut it, it will need some lime. This field, 32, that we just cut, needs some lime as well, so we need to bear that in mind. Actually, while we're here, let's take off, because we don't need that in a minute. Right, so let's go fertilise our canola field. I'm not going to show me doing all of this because I've done quite a bit of fertilisation on various fields. Our corn is doing incredibly well. Look at that. That looks amazing. I did forget to switch growth off overnight. Hey, there you go. I'm going to try and get in the habit of doing that when I'm on base game. Just because even at slow, it just grows too fast, frankly. And when you've got a lot of things to do, that just, it's a bit much. Right, that is going to catch. But as soon as it's down, we'll put it back up again. There we go. But yeah, so it's just too fast. So it helps if you switch off growth overnight because, well, frankly, crops don't grow overnight anyway, or at least not very much. And so it just kind of makes sense. It just slows down the whole process and makes it a little bit more chilled. But yeah, I forgot to do that last night. It's also a bit of a protection against weeds. If you switch growth off overnight, you won't get weeds, I don't think. Or if you do, it means that the growth stage hasn't progressed and you can still weed them out. I can't remember which way around that is, but anyway. So yeah. I mean, it's fine. Everything was weeded. There were patches of that cornfield patches of this field actually that weren't quite weeded properly. Look, you can see the worker missed that line up there, but I can live with it. It's fine. So yeah, so I'll get this done, and then I'll catch up with you in a little bit. So fertilisation is done. I thought we'd come and mess about with this actually. Let's see, should be able to lower that more. May not want to do that actually. Definitely want to lower that one, I think, or do we? I can't remember. Actually, no, we don't, do we? Sorry. Oh, it's so confusing. And actually this one we don't want to lower yet. What we can also do with this one, is that we can, hang on, which way is it? So we can raise and lower that manually anyway, but also I think it's with, is it unfold? Oh yeah, we can also unfold it, which is probably worth doing. And so if I flip back to the thing at the front, we can turn that on. And so it'll be interesting to see how this copes in trying to level out this rather large lump that the trailer left behind. What I do find a bit weird with that is if you're not careful, it can easily just actually cause divots as much as anything else, right? But it's generally, I mean, look, already it's looking smoother, it's compacting amazingly. I mean, this is 500,000 litres of silage. And this is by far the most efficient compacting I think I've ever seen, with the possible exception, of course, of using a 60,000 litre full water tanker, which is what I was doing on no man's land. But that does get tricky once it starts getting a bit uneven. The thing at the front I find a bit odd. It bounces a lot. which can also lead to sort of additional divots and whatever else. But I mean, on the whole, this is pretty good, right? I mean, there's no question of that. What we could also do actually is lower this one manually. There we go. And then that will help us to push along any, you know, larger lumps, and then we drag it back. I mean, look at that. That's it's so good. This is a great system. I'm not sure, as long as I've got a big enough tractor. And you know what? You could have a smaller tractor and just not have so much weight. I can't remember how much weight I configured on here. It was a lot. But you know, you could have less weight on it and still use it, providing you've got a front and rear link. I don't think it needs masses of power particularly. Obviously, the bigger the tractor, the more power you've got, the easier it's going to be to do. Just get a bit of light on. But I mean, you know, pushing it into the corners, getting it nice and level. I think this is awesome. I'm not the best, most patient person, it has to be said, for leveling silage and making it look absolutely spot on. And I'm not saying that this is absolutely spot on. Let's get that right too. But it sure is a heck of a lot better. And we'll get the Lady Sadie out when we need to. If we start spilling outside, we can also just sort of push it a bit more into this edge where we didn't really do it properly, and start to fill up the bunker properly, right into the corners. I mean, it's fantastic. And even that, you know, we're now 100%, and that's pretty level. You know, there's probably no point in going crazy level, but as long as it's level enough that I can get the trailer on it and comfortably start setting out, you know, nice rows to put more in, and start keeping those, you know, keep those reasonably even as we go across, so that it's then just a question of coming and smoothing out those rows. Then I think we're okay, really. You know, what I like about this is that using that spinning thing on the front, it really helps to distribute the lumps that you get in the corners, you know, right at the back, especially when you're unloading from a trailer the way I do, right? See what I mean? So it can cause, you know, you get a few divots and stuff, but actually if I scroll through, raise up that, maybe even switch it off for a minute, we could probably just smooth it out now just using the scoop. Probably even take the rear weight off, so we've got a little bit more maneuverability in the spaces. But I don't think that's too bad at all. Okay, so that's bunched up a bit, so now let's put that on. That'll help us smooth all that back out. I mean, yeah, it's like I say, it's not perfect, but that's probably the driver as much as it is the implement. I think probably more likely to be the driver than the implement. I think this is a brilliant system. I mean, that to me is pretty good. You know, I mean, I could go and get a, you know, wheel loader and start really shoving it up into the corners, really start to create some height with it, because then of course it sort of automatically smooths out. Once you reach the top, then it sort of does it automatically because it hits its level, right? But this is pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with that. I don't mind it being a bit more bunched up at the back anyway. Lovely. So actually then, how easy is it? I'm sure that what's slightly confusing me is that I'm pretty sure that the fill level's changed, which I find a bit weird. So if I put that down there a minute, and then we come back here, lower that, leave that there like that. Okay, that's clearly way too low. I've just messed it all up now. Yeah, I messed it up. It's fine. We'll sort that out later. I actually just wanted to see, and it's still a little bit too low, isn't it? If I could just smooth out a little bit in this back edge, just like that, really. Yeah, we don't need to go crazy. We're not finished yet. I'm just trying to get a good surface for the next loads of silage that we need to put on. And I think that's not too bad. Trying to think. Is that as high as it goes, really? Oh, apparently. Okay. Fine. 3 points up. Of course, this is a nice big silo, so actually what you could also do is just go around in circles like this until you get dizzy. But I'll stop doing that because you might be getting dizzy. But yeah, I'll smooth out that bump a bit later on. That was completely unintended. But again, I mean, it's not bad. This is a great tractor for this, actually. I mean, you could have something like a quad track, but actually I think wheels are better than tracks. I think. I don't know, I've not tested it, but certainly. Anyway, this is, I'm getting a bit too carried away here. From a compaction perspective, it's absolutely doing the job, which is more than can be said for the big thing that we tried. And it hasn't thrown the tractor off into space. So you know what, bonus on both counts. It's a nice system. And I mean, this is even before we think about whether or not we want to attach a larger tractor, attach a large tractor for the back, which we could do. And so if I, just about that, so how do we, yeah, interesting. Just thinking I haven't tried that yet. So that's how you put another weight onto the front of the other tractor and then you attach that to it. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Anyway, enough. Far too much time. Oh, well, there you go. That's better. The ploughing is carrying on over on the big carrot field. I finished spraying the canola, so I'll wait to see where that comes in. I've emptied that. I'm going to take that down to the store because if you remember, I talked about getting a different sprayer, so we should do that. I just remember while I was doing that field. And I think the next thing to do will be to get the straw. But I think that's going to have to wait until next time because although it's only 11 o'clock in the morning, we've already got a good half an hour, I think, of footage. So I'm going to leave it there. We'll catch up a bit later on. Maybe we'll spread the next episode out across the afternoon. And but yeah, so I've got to get that straw up, get that field turned over. Get some spraying done. We could do some grass work, and I want to think about actually we could start this afternoon while we're waiting for crops to grow and stuff, and we can get workers doing the field work. I want to start assembling what I need for compost. So that's definitely something to be done in the next episode. But I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, like subscriptions, very much appreciated, and we'll carry on Riverside very soon. Until then, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all then. Bye for now.